My name is Rachel and welcome to my channel, Ford Family Funds. On my channel here, I like to share videos about budgeting, meal planning, and grocery shopping. If you like to hear those things too, click that subscribe button and join me on my journey here on Ford Family Funds. And for those returning again, thank you so much. So glad to have you here as part of my family. Today in my video, I will be sharing the process of me writing my meal plan. So I decided to write 2 weeks for February, the first 2 weeks, and I still have to plan the rest of the month for February. I'm trying to do frugal living, trying to save as much money as possible at the grocery store. So I've got more money that I can use to pay off debt, that I can put into my sinking funds, so short-term to longer-term saving goals, and then saving for my first house. All right, so here I am in my kitchen, and the first thing I like to do when setting up my meal plan is look at what I have in stock. So I did this in my first video. I will link that back in the description below. I start first with looking at my freezer and my refrigerator, and then thinking about what dry goods I have in my pantry. So here is my freezer. I went last week and I was able to purchase a lot of these vegetables, so we have a good stock of that, as well as chicken patties, and some chicken thighs are for dinner tomorrow night, so I actually want to pull that out. We still have some pizzas for my son. I made some pancakes, and we have some ground turkey, so that's something I should make that into. We've got burgers and bacon, sausage, as well as some French onion soup, and the beef, sliced beef that's here, I'm going to use that for a meal this week. And then here is my smaller freezer. I have some frozen fruit and some frozen meals, which are good for my lunches. So I still need to eat through those, as well as some cheese, mozzarella cheese, and some condiments. As far as, things in the containers, we'll be eating those this week. Some soups that I made, chicken cacciatore, and a chicken vegetable soup. And then moving to my dry goods, I have some beef stock and some soups, some crushed pineapple, and some almond milk, tomato paste, and canned tomatoes. Here's extra beans and applesauce, and pastas and tuna fish. So for my stock, I feel like I don't have a whole lot of variety. I've eaten through a lot of the food. We've been making meals and eating through things for the month of January and even into February. I'm also doing the Whole30 diet, so I'm really trying to restrict my carbs. I say I'm doing more of the dirty Whole30. I'm not being super strict. If something like a salad dressing has canola oil in it, I'm not, I'm eating that. It's something that I have. Or the barbecue sauce that I had today on my pork, for example, had some sugar. I'm not doing it to identify foods that cause inflammation, which is what I did the first time I did a Whole30 diet. I'm more so doing it to limit my carbs, limit my dairy, and limit my sugar, and lose a few pounds, take the edge off, and make it more of a lifestyle change than a strict Whole30 for 30 days. That is the goal of what I'm doing. So therefore, if I cheat a little bit, okay, I really shouldn't be eating English muffins, but I cheated and I had one on Sunday. I shouldn't be eating Pirate's Booty, my son's chips, but I have been. There's worse things I could be eating to cheat. But I'm definitely eating more salads, lower carb soups, and I'm just being more conscious about what I'm eating. I'm doing well with making smoothies in the morning and making quiches every week and having that for breakfast, and that is making a big difference. So with those things in mind, I know I want to create my meal plan that will continue things I've been doing, and then really looking at, well, what do I want to make for dinner, and what would my family like, and therefore what do I need to buy to make those things. So that's where I'm at. All right, so let's look at more of how I do this, right? How I go through this process and help you so you can go through this process too. All right, so now I am back at my desk. To be perfectly frank, I filmed my intro to this video on Monday, and now it is Thursday. I don't know where the week went, but I have not been able to sit down and film since then. After doing my intro, I went and picked up my son on Monday, got involved with doing dinner, and then Tuesday we actually had some snow, and I went to Target and got a few things, picked up my Valentine's Day gifts, and then Wednesday I worked from home, but I had my financial advisor appointment after school. I haven't even done a workout this week. And now it is Thursday, and I am finally able to sit down and share with you how I do my meal planning. So I have been working on my meal planning a little bit. So what I did to start is I looked at what was in my refrigerator and in my freezers and in my pantry, and I already had some things in mind that I wanted to go through. I had looked in my Erin Condren here, these small planners where I've been listing the foods that I have on hand going back to the beginning of January. I kind of looked at this, and I still have a can of crushed pineapple that I want to get out of my pantry. And I have tomato paste as well, and canned tomatoes, tuna fish. So I kind of looked at some of these things here. I haven't added to my list, but thinking about, well, what do I have on hand? And starting to then think about, well, what could I make with those things? And then I have my Whole30 cookbook here. I have two of them actually. So this is the Whole30 cookbook, 150 recipes. It's a blank piece of paper. And so I've been spending some time going through this recipe book and then listing on a piece of paper the recipes that have caught my attention. Things that I think my family would enjoy, food, meals that I would enjoy. Also goes along with items we have on hand more regularly, or some new recipes I think look good, not too complicated, that I could try out. So I have this running list. Some of the recipes come from this book, and some of them come from the Whole30 book here, a 30-day guide to total health and food freedom. So I'm doing the Whole30 diet, though I'm doing it more dirty keto, not dirty keto, but dirty Whole30. I've done dirty keto and keto diet as well. So what I'm doing is, trying my best to not eat dairy, to not eat sugar, and to not eat grains. But again, to be frank, the other day I was so hungry that I ended up eating a tortilla wrap with some burger meat that was a taco meat that I had as leftovers. Today I ate the rest of that taco meat, but with broccoli and an avocado, so I did much better. I also bought some Valentine's Day cupcakes, like these little ones, and I ate a couple of those. So I'm human, and I'm not, doing this diet strictly for 30 days. My goal is to make this diet a lifestyle diet. And then, of course, if I have a tortilla wrap, I'm not going to get really mad at myself about it. But, you know, not eat one every day is my goal, you know, and just to kind of really be mindful of what I'm putting into my body. And when I eat something I don't want to eat, you know, just being more mindful about that, and knowing that I've made a choice, and the next choice I make, I want to be better. You know, another example is today at work, I had a coffee. I didn't have my coffee creamer. That's the almond coconut milk creamer I'm using. And so instead, I drank my coffee with some regular creamer that was at work. But I will tell you, after drinking it, my belly was a little bit upset. So I thought that was interesting. So I do want to bring some of my own creamer to work, but I need to purchase more that I can bring to work. Or just not even drink a coffee. So again, I went through this book that talks about the whole Whole30 diet. So if you're intrigued by what I'm talking about, definitely get your hands on one of these books. I've read this the first time I did Whole30 when I did it very strict, and it's a great way to get introduced to this diet. But they have a couple different versions of books that share, you know, information about this diet. So you can see here, you know, different recipes. So they kind of go through different proteins, and then from there, different recipes. So similarly, I had added those onto my list here. So with my list and thinking about what I have on hand, the next step that I started to do was, well, like kind of two different things that I've been working on. One is making a list of potential meals, things that I think would be good for dinners, because that's more what my concern is. And then also looking at the grocery flyers. So every week I will look at what's on sale for the week. So when you get these circulars in the mail, you want to check them out and see what's available. What are the deals of the week? And if there's some things that could help you make some meals, then those are the things to get. But by going to the grocery store, knowing what you want to buy and having that list ahead of time and knowing what you want to make is going to help you save money in the long run. Now, again, I'll go to the grocery store and I will buy things that are not on my list. But generally, I stick to my list. So I have a few things here. I have Aldi. And so what I did is I went through and circled things that I thought might be good to get. I don't know if I actually will go to Aldi. I'm leaning more towards Hannaford, but that was the first thing. Is I looked at strawberries, and I'm thinking about Valentine's Day and what do I want to do? What do I want to make? How do I want to celebrate that with my husband? So I thought maybe making chocolate covered strawberries could be a nice treat that we would both enjoy. So maybe getting some strawberries with some melted chocolate was an idea. And then I also saw that there's steak on sale, which I did have, maybe a steak salad on the menu, and then some chocolate truffle hearts I had also circled, but I actually got my husband some chocolates the other day. So again, I'm leaning more towards Hannaford. So I did the same thing, right? I went through and I looked at, okay, what is on sale at Hannaford? So they have strip steak, chicken breast for $1.69 a pound, asparagus, some beef tenderloin, and kind of going into the circular, baby cut carrots, mini cucumbers, strawberries, cabbage, a whole chicken. So these are the things that caught my attention that I circled. And the other day I went one step further and I started making a sales grocery list here for these different grocery stores. So I listed what was on sale at Aldi as well as Hannaford, and the price per pound. And then on the other side, I was thinking about other things to get, bread and sandwich fixings for my husband and stepson. My little son, Joseph, was asking for crackers to go with peanut butter and jelly. I actually picked him up some of these crackers at Target the other day. And this isn't a final list, but this is the starting process on what I was doing. So then from the circulars, knowing what I have on hand, and thinking about the foods I want to eat, what's on sale, you know, recipes on the Whole30, I started just listing some dinners, some ideas on things that we could eat. So I have a tuna chickpea salad as an idea. Chickpeas are not Whole30, but we have a lot of chickpeas and they're high in protein, and I feel like balancing with the other foods, that could work. I have a large amount of a frozen turkey soup that I still want to eat. I also checked my Pinterest app and looked at some of the recipes there. And I have a lot of burgers, so I was thinking about different burger recipes. So I found one on Pinterest, In-N-Out burgers, and then thinking about sweet potato fries on the side and with lettuce and tomato, and having this be a bunless burger, you know, so instead wrapped in lettuce. Keto Rewind is a YouTube channel that I like to watch, and Jess over there has some really great recipes, and one of them is an egg noodle saute that I have made before. It's really good. It's very low in carb, and I have all the ingredients, so I'm thinking I'm going to make that. I have bacon, and I have turkey meat. So then I thought turkey bacon burgers, making them from scratch with chaffles, which is basically egg, like an egg waffle, and then with salad and guacamole. So again, that was inspired by Pinterest. And then also on Pinterest, I found a really good looking pineapple cauliflower rice that has cashews and coconut milk and chicken. And again, I have all of those ingredients on hand. So that was what I had on that list. And then over here, Mexican potatoes was on page 56 of my Whole30 books. And then my husband wanted to make some kind of mushroom beef dish with rice, so I thought they could make that one night, him and my teen, and then, you know, I could eat a salad or leftovers or a soup, kind of figure that out. And then I love Cobb salad with hard-boiled eggs, so that's on the menu. And I was also thinking of making a cauliflower soup that I've made before with dill. That's really tasty. And my husband maybe wants to make a meatloaf again, so I'm putting that on our menu list. So that is my list of items, you know, ideas. So the next step for me in the process is to map out when we would eat these items. And how I've been doing this is in my Erin Condren planner here. I have a list of I basically keep a list of the meals that I think I'd like to make. So this is what I did last week. So I use this to track what are we going to have for breakfast, what are we going to have for lunch, and then dinners. And then on this side, I can do a shopping list based on what it is we're going to be making. So I need to do this for the last 2 weeks of February is what I'm planning for. So instead of a week-to-week meal plan or a month-to-month meal plan, I'm doing a bi-weekly meal plan. here is what I've been working on, as you were watching that in fast motion. So typically what I eat for breakfast, I'm in a good routine where on Sundays I'm making a quiche, and then I make a smoothie before I go to work, and then I take in my car with me a smoothie and some pieces of the quiche, and then of course my coffee. And then for lunch, I do a combination. It could be a jar of frozen soup or some leftovers that are in the fridge. I've been bringing nuts in my Lara bars, making hard-boiled eggs and bringing a couple of those. Though I do need to add on some other snacks. So I find at 3 o'clock I am really hungry and I need something more than what I've been doing. So carrots, cucumbers, maybe with some guacamole would be great. I heard a recipe for protein balls that I want to look up. Something that I can make ahead and put in the freezer, but that would probably have some oatmeal in them, which is not Whole30, but again, limitations, making this a lifestyle change. For dinner on the 14th, I'm just putting a question mark because on the 13th, I have planned a steak salad for Valentine's Day, but we might end up getting food to go that night because my son is going to go and spend the night with his nanny. So I don't know if that's going to happen, and if that's the case, maybe on Sunday we make the steak salad. So I'm keeping that open to see what my husband and I decide. So then from there, I just started filling in the ideas that I had listed. So looking at the frozen turkey soup for Monday night, knowing Monday night is always a busy night. Tuesday is when my stepson is home, so making some burgers, he would enjoy that. The next day, on Wednesday, I get to work from home, so hopefully I'll have some extra time maybe to put this into the crock pot, maybe as a crock pot meal, so pineapple cashew chicken. And then thinking Thursday would be leftovers, that would be easy. Friday, making the egg noodle saute, because again, my teen will be over and he loves eggs in all form. And then having Saturday night be that rice beef mushroom dish, and probably I'll just eat something else. I'll figure that out. So as far as my shopping list goes, I don't really need anything for this. I definitely need lettuce, right? Salad fixings, tomatoes. But I also, I'm thinking about like big lettuce that can be a nice, wrap for the burgers. We have cheeses, we have mustard and mayonnaise and ketchup. I have potatoes, so I can make some fries to go with this, some handmade fries. Same for this meal. I have everything on hand, and I'll just put, like I have on the next page, I'm just going to put chicken, knowing I want to buy some chicken that's on sale at Hannaford for $1.69 a pound. And then I kind of have the ingredients for the egg noodle saute, but I know I'm going to need more eggs. And I think I want to get like some raw broccoli. I have frozen. I have onion. Maybe some, raw green beans. I have frozen. But for this saute, I'm thinking I want fresh. So fresh veggies for the saute. So I'm just going to put fresh veggies and then saute and see what speaks to me when I'm at the store. We have everything for this meal as well. And then going to the next week, I have a similar setup for my breakfast and for my lunch, though on breakfast on Sunday, I will need to make pancakes for my son. I've been doing those every other week and putting a nice amount in the refrigerator or freezer. Turkey bacon burgers, I'll have all the ingredients, thinking about when we have salad here. So I might have to get more salad fixings by then, but we'll see. So salad again. So I guess if I just put salad fixings, knowing I might have to go and get a few things either Sunday morning, and see how that goes. Mexican potatoes. So that was on page 56. So I just want to check my ingredients for that dish. So Mexican twice baked potatoes. So baking potatoes, seasonings, beef, onion, garlic, hot sauce, apple cider vinegar, cauliflower, bone broth, crushed tomatoes, onion, and hot sauce, garlic, spices, salsa, guacamole, cilantro. So I think I might have to just check like my frozen cauliflower and maybe a couple packages of beef as I'm thinking ahead. Other than that, I think I'm good. I don't really have salsa though, or guacamole. I did buy some avocados, so but I have guacamole here, so we'll see what I pick up for that. Cobb salad would be some similar things, but with you know, some deli meats, you know, like ham, and most likely we'll need some more eggs. Cauliflower soup, I will definitely need some cauliflower for that, so I'm going to say cauli times 3, and I can probably pre-make some of that cauliflower when I am doing these potatoes, or maybe even make my soup at the same time, and then I would have it for dinner on Thursday. And then meatloaf would be beef again. So yeah, I'm definitely going to need to stock up on some packages of beef. So I'm going to say beef times 3. And then looking again at leftovers. So as I'm now making my list for groceries, I'm going to look at what do I have listed here. All right, so I have ground beef with a question mark, and then I have 3 beef here. So I'm just going to say 3 beef. That should be plenty between the 2 weeks. And I need salad fixings. I need big lettuce. I want to get some carrots and extra cukes and guacamole. I'm going to need eggs and chicken, fresh veggies for the saute. So that'll be later, so I don't want to put that on yet, and I don't want to put cauliflower either. Deli meat, so my husband wants sandwiches, so sandwich fixings, so I'll have to get some bread too. More eggs, salsa, guacamole. So I don't have any salsa, so I'll put that on this list. So based on my meal planning, these are the only things that I need. So when I'm grocery shopping, I'll definitely get these items, but then I'm also going to think about what's on sale. And I know for my son, I'm going to need some fresh fruit as well. So he's been asking for apples. I would like to eat some apples. And we always have bananas. Maybe like some type of berry would be good. Berries. Or grapes. So if grapes are priced and they look decent, I'll get some. Chocolate for melting. Oh, and I did want to get strawberries too. Other than that, the things listed here are more the sale items. So I'll just keep this piece from part of my list and this piece for my list. And that's it. That's how I meal planned for the rest of February. sticking to a budget, planning ahead, thinking about my diet, right? So dieting and budgeting at the same time. Now, once I am eating what I eat from week to week, you know, day to day, I go in this Erin Condren planner and I write down the things that I'm eating as a way to keep track. So for the first 2 weeks of February, I recorded just the dinners, and then on the sides here are the lunches and breakfast items. And then on the next pages, I've been listing what I eat day to day. I haven't filled in from Monday until Friday because I got busy. So I need to do that and update my planner here. So that is the system that's working for me. Love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of my meal planning system? Is this helpful for you? I hope you got some good tips and tricks on how you can be dieting and budgeting at the same time, because we're always on a diet and we're always on a budget. And I think the two go hand in hand, especially as, you know, we are looking to save money at the grocery store and not spend so much and keep ourselves in line with our financial goals. So thanks for joining me today, and I look forward to talking with you next time. Hit that like button, subscribe, and for those returning again, thanks so much for being here, and I'll talk to you next time.